Well, hey everyone, Gerson here from Honeybee Farms, and today we're going to be talking about watering your bees, giving your bees a source of water to find to. So right now, I'm looking at our Weather Channel app for Alabama, and we're going to be ranging up into the 90s this week. All of this week, I think a little bit next week, we're going to be in the low 90s. Right now, it's 92 degrees. So, like what we're looking at, and I'm going to pop it up on the screen. All of this week, this weekend, and the next week, just 90s, 89, there is some high 80s in there. So on Thursday, which is today, it's 92 degrees. It's hot, and I was out in that bee yard sweating out there. It's pretty hot. Friday, tomorrow, it's supposed to be 90. Saturday, 91. Sunday, it's going to be extremely hot. It's going to be around 93 degrees. And on Monday, it's going to be 89, a little lower. Tuesday, 90. Then it kind of goes up, and then we get back into the 93 area around next weekend. And right now you're wondering, do your bees need water, and do you have water available? And the thing about it is, you can use a bird bath, any type of bird bath, anything, maybe even a puddle will be good for your bees. Or even 5-gallon buckets. You know, you can scratch out ideas from your mind. A lot of times you can do different things. It doesn't have to be a bird bath, but we have a bird bath right here. We're about not too far away from our bee yard, and bees do come here and drink out of this. But sometimes they won't really come near it. But we're going to see if we can get them to lure them today. And the thing about it is, bees need water. Instead of foraging for nectar, the bees are going to be foraging for water because it's going to be so hot, and they need to keep the hive cool. If it's above anywhere, out of their range, it's going to be too hot for them. They're going to have to cool it down. And the cool thing about it is, a lot of times if it gets real too hot in the hive, and what they'll do is they'll go out and forage for water. They'll take that water and they'll squirt it out on the brood, kind of how you would if you had wind or water blowing your face. It'd feel nice. That's what they do with brood in the hive. And they need to have water to drink. And we have our bird bath here. We're going to go ahead and fill this thing up, and I'll show you another thing I do want to mention is, if you're going to put water in a bird bath, you need to make sure you have stones, pebbles, sticks. I'm going to show you what I like to do, how I do it, and a couple of tips for you how to give your bees some water. Your bees need water. That's one thing. In summer, we're getting to these hot temperatures. If you're down here in Louisiana or Alabama, if you're down here in Alabama, you definitely want to think about getting a bird bath or some way for the bees to get some water. Let's go ahead, and I got a 1-gallon bucket over here. Let's go ahead and pour that in here, and let's put some stones. I'm going to give you some valuable tips for watering your bees. So we have a 1-gallon bucket water. This is half a gallon, so as you see, it's about like right here. That's all you need in this bird bath. I don't know how even this bird bath is. We're going to find out. And the thing about it is, like I said, it's pretty much summer now. It's hot down here. Your bees need water. And I want to give y'all some quick tips. So let's go ahead and dump the water in here. And this doesn't have to be, this is fountain water. Doesn't have to be anything special. And it seems like it's pretty even. Not too bad. Now, it's about, I'm going to say half an inch deep. And that's all you need right there. But the thing about it is, if you don't provide any sticks or anything in your bird bath for the bees to land on, your bees may drown. And a lot of times what I like to do is I like to get rocks. So if you have a lot of rocks or sticks, you can just put them in here and the bees will land on them. And thing about it is, I don't like to put too many sticks because it sometimes can get it dirty, but honestly, it don't really matter. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to try to get some of this bark out of here just because, I don't really like having the bark in there, but it doesn't. The bees honestly don't care, so I'm not going to worry about it. But that's not all we're doing. So, also, a lot of times like to do is I just like to get a whole bunch of sticks and just set them across. If you have any other things that y'all like to do, like a lot of bees can just sit on here and drink out of there, that helps them a lot. And I really like to use these big sticks. These are the sticks I really like to use because they are the right strength in this for the bees to, look for. And see, we have a lot of bees over here that we have of these sticks, and I like to just break them and set them in here. And that makes you some good land boards for the bees. And your bird bath don't have to look pretty, but this is how sometimes I do it. It's always different. And this ain't all I like to do. Sometimes I'll go over somewhere and get some rocks. So I gotta go get some rocks, and let's put some rocks in here, and we'll see how those work as well. So these are just standard gravel rocks, and a lot of times what I like to do is I like to pile them up in here. And a lot of times they'll sink to the bottom, so as you can see we have one pile the bees can land on, and you know, that makes it pretty good for the bees. And you can scatter them around, take some over here and let them land. Now this is kind of what you like to have, so a lot of times this ain't pretty. Of course you can do it much prettier, but I don't care about prettiness. I just matter about my bees getting a little water. That's all the bees care. The bees don't care if you have bees in here. They don't care if you have bees in here. They want water. And a lot of times what the bees will do, they'll go on here, or they also have another option of going onto the side and drinking the water. So they can eat off the side. That's pretty cool as well. But these, I like to put these in here just in case maybe a bee doesn't see the water or something, and they land here and they accidentally start drowning, and you know, you have a lot of dead bees that way. So I like to put some of these sticks in here, so then if a bee does get in the water, they can easily swim. I guess they kind of can swim. I see bees, they can kind of swim with their wings, and they can climb up on one of these sticks, and then there you go. Then you'll be glad that you had some kind of sticks in here floating around, because sticks will float. Rocks, as you can see, rocks won't float. You see, it don't float, it just sinks. But the thing about these rocks is, as long as you get a big pile, then that can be good. Well folks, that was interesting and very fun to give y'all some very valuable tips for watching your bees in summer. Summer is really hot, it's really humid. Sometimes it can be humid. Down here in Alabama it can. And a lot of times there is no water in summer. But sometimes we can get a shower or two. It's pretty likely we'll get a little shower. But a lot of times we get really bone dry down here. So giving your bees some water will pay off. It'll let your bees, you know, be able to come over here and get some water. Of course, we have a little creek. If you remember our video, we kind of moved some beehives down at our creek bee yard. And that's what I like to call it, creek bee yard, because there's a creek down there, but it doesn't flow all the time. You need a good solid rain to get water in it. And during summer, we really don't get any water in it unless there's a big shower or a big rain, then we'll get some water in it. But if you guys enjoyed, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. That lets me know and helps this video get out to more people. And go ahead and share the video out. That helps me a lot. And thanks guys for watching. We'll catch you on the next beekeeping video.